Alright, everybody. So, we're about to talk about someone, very briefly, who I haven't discussed in this channel in years now. God, I forgot he existed up until I saw this. And that person is a guy by the name of Ben Garrison. I'll give you a little background for those that don't know who he is. He is a conservative political cartoonist who makes some of the most cringe political cartoons out there. If you've seen the ones where it's like Donald Trump, where like really, really ripped, like where he's like ripped Donald Trump, or like God Donald Trump, or Jesus Trump, or like any comic where it's like the pencil or like pen drawings of Trump where he looks like the person who drew it wants to fuck him, that's Ben Garrison's comics. Now, Ben Garrison has always been like an insane far-right person. He's a Nazi, he's an alt-righter, there's literally a famous picture of him with a swastika pin on his like little sleeve thing, like he's wearing like a suit, and like the suit like jacket collar has a Nazi lapel pin on it. Yeah, that's neat. Anyway, he made this comic recently that went really viral on Twitter, obviously in multiple ways. On one hand, I'll go ahead and get rid of my screen so you guys can, or my camera so you guys can see it. So this went viral for a couple reasons. Obviously, the right absolutely loves it, because for those of you guys that don't know, the right lately, conservatives, the Republicans, have basically mandated anti-vaccination, like anti-vax, is the line that you must toe. And so they are heavily embracing the anti-vax perspective and trying to retroactively claim somehow they've all been proven right, and there are countless dead bodies from those who have been vaxxed that are just being covered up. So lately, the right have started manufacturing stories about how people who are vaccinated, their blood is turning into black sludge and they're dying suddenly. Now, the conspiracy has been around for a while, the whole died suddenly thing. It was a big documentary these people made about how the vaccine is supposedly causing people to just suddenly drop dead. But obviously it's bullshit, it's all lies. It's an anti-vax conspiracy documentary. There have been many like it before. In fact, the anti-vax movement was originally started by I forget what her name was, but this big celebrity making a documentary where she claimed that children get autism from vaccines, and cherry-picked a ridiculous amount of data to like try to prove it. Jenny McCarthy, yeah. Yeah, she was basically the mother of the modern-day anti-vax movement, but since COVID, it's gone from being this, like, Facebook mom group type thing to like, we're not vaccinating our kid. Oh no, 2 years later, our kid died of fucking polio. What the hell? How did they manage to get the polio vaccine to my kid? I never got them vaccinated. How'd they die? I made sure they never got vaccinated. They still died. What'd I do wrong? What'd I do wrong? Like, that's literally how they'll react, by the way. Like, once these people's kids start dying and their friends and families start dying from not getting vaccinated and getting these horrible diseases, they will go and ask, what did we do wrong? How did they get the vaccine into them? The left must be sneaking the vaccine into them somehow, and that's how they died. They will find some psychotic justification for how those who haven't been vaccinated dying en masse from COVID or whatever disease will be because they somehow were vaccinated. Yo, Zan, the guy behind... a good example of this. Who remembers those two women who were famously like the two Trump women, and one of them died of COVID? Who remember, what were those two women's name again? Fuck. This is so old. This is like back during the election. Diamond and Silk, yeah. There were two women, Diamond and Silk, who were like big on the anti-vax movement. And then one of them got COVID and fucking died. Verified death by COVID. Just straight up. It's Silk that died, right? Maybe, yeah. Just straight up died from COVID. Do you want to know what the other individual who survived the pair, their like duo, went on to say? Went on to say that she must have been vaccinated secretly behind her back, and that's why she died. Like, used her friend's death as a weapon to push more anti-vax conspiracies after her friend died from the disease that they're fighting against the vaccine of. I am not making this up. Go Google it right now. Look up the Diamond and Silk, death COVID vaccine story. It's all right there. Just straight up the most shameless shit you can imagine. So It's no secret, obviously, that the, Aryan family here is depicted as purebloods. This is kind of a double-speak thing here. We tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen. And, like, the Aryan family that are labeled as purebloods are walking forward with a beam of light called health going on. One of the things that Ben Garrison does is label everything. Like, there's no, like, show, don't tell. He'll, like, you could probably guess, like, okay, yeah, this is supposed to be, like, goodwill and health, like, shining down on them, like, just by knowing. But the people who are meant to like these comics are not good at media analysis. Like, the Starship Troopers discourse kind of makes that clear. So you really have to make it clear what you mean by that. There can't be any symbolism. It has to be like a beam of light, and then also the word health racing down at them, because conservatives can't do media analysis. They can't analyze or like see something as being symbolic. It has to be straightforward, in your face, no analysis required for their media. That's what's very necessary. And it's part of why, admittedly, the conservatives are better at making memes, because their memes are very simple and straightforward, and you can understand them from just like a glance. While a lefty meme might make you think for a second, might have a lot of text, might be like wall of text or whatever. And so yeah, to a degree, in that way, sometimes the left can't meme, because the right's ideas are so stupid and simple that they can just depict their ideas like this. Well, the left actually believes things, and the left's ideology can't be justified or explained with a meme. Unfortunately, the mortal folly of the left. Anyway, this is not a unique situation. You see, vaccine misinformation has spawned a pure blood, quote-unquote, movement. Vaccine skeptics blocking transfusions for life-saving surgeries, Facebook groups inciting violence against doctors, and a global search for unvaccinated donors. COVID-19 misinformation has bred a so-called pure blood movement. The movement spins anti-vaccine narratives focused on unfounded claims that receiving blood from people inoculated against the coronavirus contaminates the body. Some have advocated for blood banks that draw from pure, quote-unquote, unvaccinated people, while medics in North America say they have fielded requests from people demanding transfusions from donors who have not received the jab. In closed social media groups, vaccine skeptics who brand themselves as purebloods promote violence against doctors administering coronavirus jabs alongside false claims of mass deaths of vaccinated people. Taking the hysteria to the next level was the recent high-profile case of a New Zealand couple who sought to block life-saving heart surgery of their infant on the grounds that any blood transfused could have come from a vaccinated donor. Once again, guys, they will kill their children with this and believe they are saving their children's life. And if the state steps in and save their kids' lives, they will raise hell. They will raise absolute hell to dismantle whatever system allowed for their child's life to be saved from their incompetence and stupidity and evil. Their stance prompted a New Zealand court to take temporary custody of the baby to allow the procedure, but the case became a cause celebre amongst vaccine skeptics around the world. I've never heard that term, cause celebre. I guess cause to celebrate is what that means? I've never heard that phrase. Maybe it's like Latin? I don't know. Cases like this spread like wildfire on both fringe and mainstream news sites, and then social media, providing attention for anti-vaccine conspiracy theories. Katrine Wallace, an epidemiologist and assistant professor at the University of Illinois Chicago, told AFP, quote, "There is absolutely no science behind these conspiracies. If you give blood from a vaccinated donor to an unvaccinated person, the person receiving the transfusion does not even become vaccinated." Profitable falsehoods. Dr. Pella Pierta, a Swiss neuropath, founded Safe Blood Donation, a global mediation service that falsely labels mRNA coronavirus vaccines a health threat and seeks to correct unvaccinated blood donors with recipients. So this is where it's all coming from. This woman has started her own blood transfusion donation mediation service, I guess, that has labeled mRNA coronavirus vaccines as poison for a political stunt, and just because she's just a conservative who is anti-vax, who started a blood transfusion company, I guess, and is now claiming they won't accept vaccinated people's blood because they believe or know that it's not safe. And now conservatives are pointing to this and saying, look, now they're not accepting blood transfusions from vaccinated people. It's all coming out now. They have completely manufactured their own, like, hard-hitting, huge story to support their narrative that they've had for years and has remained unsubstantiated. They've now just gone and made it up. Oh, no medical institutions are saying that the vaccine is bad for you? I'll just make one. I'll make a medical institution and make them say that it's bad for you. And then people will be able to say, look, a medical institution is saying it's bad for you. Absolutely wild. The Zurich-based nonprofit offers to obtain, quote, fresh or canned unvaccinated blood for its patrons, according to Safe Blood's website, which says it has a presence across Western Europe, the United States, Canada, Australia, Asia, and Africa. AFP's email to Pietra requesting comment elicited a reply from Safe Blood's media director. Quote, there are a large number of scientists and doctors who not only have great concerns about the COVID vaccines, but are convinced that they also enter the body via the blood through the back door, so to speak, and remain there, unquote, wrote Clinton Ohlers, the media director, quoting from the website. That directly contradicts scientific assertions. Quote, blood donations from individuals who have received a COVID-19 vaccine are safe for transfusion, Jessa Murrill from the American Red Cross told AFP. Quote, similar to other vaccines, the COVID-19 vaccine is designed to generate an immune response to help protect an individual from illness, but vaccine components themselves are not found within the bloodstream. Safe Blood's members are required to pay an initial joining fee of €50 or $54, followed by €20 each subsequent year, according to its website. Quote, the Safe Blood movement is absolutely based 100% in anti-vaccine misinformation, said Wallace. Quote, as with all anti-vaccine misinformation, appealing to people's fears is sadly profitable. That's the thing. This isn't just happening because they want to promote an anti-vax ideology because they truly believe anti-vax is good. It's because it is a massive racket, and stupid people are prone to believe in anti-vax, and stupid people who believe in anti-vax are prone to spend lots and lots and lots of money because they're scared and stupid. The demand to retain pure, quote-unquote, reaches beyond blood to social media posts soliciting sperm from unvaccinated men. Conspiracy theorists speculate online that the precious commodity will be the, quote, next Bitcoin, as well as breast milk from unvaccinated mothers. These requests appear to stem from belief in the debunked claims that COVID vaccines can cause infertility or alter the human DNA. Remember that one tweet, I forget who said it, about how, like, some celebrity's cousin's friend took the COVID vaccine and it made his scrotum grow to like 20 times its original size and he became impotent, and like it was the night before the wedding and the wedding was canceled the next day and everyone was like, cool story, bro. Like, yeah, that was Nicki Minaj. Oh my gosh, yeah, Nicki Minaj really fell off, huh? Jesus Christ, yeah, her like downfall has been happening for a while now. She's really sucked for a while. Yeah, Nicki Minaj was on like the anti-vax trend and like claimed that her like cousin's brother's friend's roommate took the vaccine, his scrotum grew to 20 times its original size, and he became impotent, and then his fiance dumped him the night before the wedding because of that. Yeah. The problem is, though, like, it's not Darwinism. There are a lot of people who genuinely can't safely take vaccines because they're immunocompromised. If you're immunocompromised, the overwhelming scientific consensus is your immune system isn't strong enough to handle even a, like, inert, dead, or, like, small amount of a virus or whatever entering your bloodstream. You just can't handle it, like, if you have, like, some kind of immunodisorder. So, because of that, those people rely heavily on herd immunity. The idea that everyone else around them is vaccinated and immune, so they aren't carriers of the thing that they can't get vaccinated against. There will always be a proportion of people who cannot get vaccinated for their own health, and that is valid and real and not misinfo. However, these people are making sure that those people who would get vaccinated but can't will now get sick, eventually, with no fault of their own, because these people won't just get vaccinated. Demand for unvaccinated blood is unclear, but experts say it would be a challenge to procure it in countries with high vaccination rates. The Food and Drug Administration in the United States, where more than 80% of the population has received at least one COVID jab, says it does not require blood collectors to test for vaccination status. Hospitals are also not able to inform the status of donated blood to patients. Quote, "Is the U.S. blood supply tainted?" screamed a headline from Children's Health Defense, a nonprofit founded by Robert Kennedy Jr., a known purveyor of vaccine misinformation. Notice how they always name their things like some shit like that, something that's like really virtue signaling. It falsely asserted the country's vaccination campaign may have, quote, contaminated the country's blood supply. An AFP reporter who infiltrated one of the closed Purebloods Facebook groups found posts vilifying doctors administering vaccines as an arm of the state. Other posts contained a cartoon image of a nurse holding a syringe and standing in a field full of skulls, and another of victims tumbling out of a vaccine bottle in crutches and wheelchairs. Another post contained a video of a shirtless, muscular man headbutting and smashing a car window in what was claimed to be a public outburst against vaccines. Wait, what? What? I want to see that. I think I found it. Alright, let's see this. Oh good, it's one of those sites with dog shit UI where you have to unpause the video to do anything. Love this UI. Love this UI. Average anti-vaxxer? Most calm anti-vaxxer? Is that a boomerang? I think he called them pedophiles. Oh!
You got the vaccine, didn't both of you? You both got the vaccine and it's lost a life. Leave me alone.
God, Australian attacking other Australians with boomerangs. That's crazy. He's definitely on drugs. No, he's just on conservatism. Guys, you need to understand. Conservatives are convinced you are demonic. You need to understand. You may hate conservatives. You may be afraid of them. You may hate what they stand for, think they're demons, evil, all that. They hate you more. No matter how much you hate them for what they want to do to you, they hate you more. They are more afraid of you. They are more disgusted by you than you could ever be of them. Their hatred for you, for your politics, for your identity, for everything is akin to a personal thing for them. It is very personal to them, to every conservative. Like the identities of minorities, the fact that any progressive exists, it's a personal issue to them that they are angry about on a very personal level. So much more than you could ever be for the valid, legitimate stuff that you are upset about. They will always hate you more than you hate them. They will always want to hurt you more than you want to hurt them, no matter what. No matter how non-threatening, non-problem you are. When they get tricked into this shit, they have been fully convinced you are a danger to them. That you want to kill them, destroy their way of life, that you want to destroy the concept of the nuclear family, eliminate the concept of whiteness, and make sure that white people are like oppressed. Like, these are the things they're convinced are true. They think we want to kill babies with abortions. They think we want to like groom children by teaching them to be gay and shit like that when they're like 5 or whatever. They are genuinely convinced that we are baby killing, pedophilic, blood drinking, like murderous, racist monsters, along with a whole other list of insults. When they say those insults they say about the left, that's not because they just want to be mean. They're also saying what they think of the left. They see left-wingers and minorities as a threat, and they will always be more threatened by you than you are by them, even though your feeling of being threatened is valid. And yeah, what the fuck was the dude even mad about? He found out they were vaccinated? Yeah, the pureblood movement is upset that, like, he mentioned the pureblood thing. This is, like, one of the examples of it. The pureblood thing is, like, they're getting mad that people are getting vaccinated and, quote-unquote, tainting the blood supply. They're saying that anyone who's getting vaccinated is evil and selfish and is actually committing murder, because if they ever donate blood, then they'll be killing any pure blood that ends up getting their blood transfusion. So the guy's like, you motherfuckers are murderers! You've just gotten the vaccine! You're gonna donate blood, and you're gonna infect more purebloods! Like, we're literally not that far off from just Nazis screaming in the street at this point, as they smash people's car windows. Jesus, lol, keep my Vax card private, got it. Unironically, a lot of Twitter posts from the anti-vax pureblood community have been calling for people who have been vaccinated to get tattoos. Mandated tattoos on their arms, like a number or a symbol, like a jab symbol that like a lot of them came up with. Like, there's a symbol that gets tossed around a lot on anti-vax Twitter that they suggest like should be forced tattooed on every vaxxed person, so that, like, quote unquote, in 5 years when they start dropping dead, we know who to avoid, we know who not to get blood from, yada yada yada. Yeah, these people live in a fucking fantasy, and it's making them violent too. They want to kill doctors. A lot of them love fantasizing about killing doctors. Obviously, hang Fauci, execute Fauci was like their original big slogan. Yeah. And of course, these are the people behind why COVID is never going away. You guys know it's too late, right? Like, it's too late. Like, COVID's never going away. It's always going to be a thing now. Like, every couple years minimum, you're going to get COVID, unless you say you stay really up on your vax and lucky. Like, it's never going away. It's never going away. It's endemic now. It'll always be here. COVID is on par with the flu now, or the cold. We'll never get rid of it. It will be a recurring thing, and you're going to be like, oh, fuck, I got COVID again. And in 50 years, you're going to wake up and be like, oh, fuck, I got COVID again. Even if we get a cure for it, depending on how it works, it'll be a matter of, like, who's willing to take it. We hit that point before 2020 was over. Yeah, it's been years now. It's been way too late for years. Yeah. We will always have COVID as a seasonal disease now. And COVID causes permanent damage. Like, every time you get it. Like, the long COVID is a big fucking deal. If you've ever had it, you know. It does damage to you permanently every time you do it. Potentially, like, taking years off your life for all we know. So, the fact that it's seasonal means that, like, we could see the average human lifespan drop by, like, a decade plus. I'm not even joking. We could see, like, 20 years shaved off the average human lifespan because of one Trump presidency. Like, forever. Like, until we cure COVID. Just, humans don't live that long anymore. Sorry. Thanks to that Trump presidency we had, he made sure that super virus just stays around forever now, you know? But at least he got to, you know, get on TV a lot. You know, that was nice. Conservatives, Republicans waged biological warfare against the world. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yeah. And hopefully they'll be held accountable one day. In, like, the most clear and publicly broadcasted way possible.